So I just got back from the store with my 5-month-old son, and the lady that was there scanning our stuff asked me if I was going to go back to work. And I told her that I'm just a stay-at-home mom to 4 other children, and she said, "Well, you must have a lot of time on your hands. That's a lot of free time." And I kind of just looked at her, and I get it because there's so many misconceptions about stay-at-home moms, and I just kind of want to squash a few of them. Like, what did I do all day, or what do you do all day? I wish I could tell you that I just sit at home and I watch TV and I binge eat and nap, but I'd be lying. I would be so lying. People assume that that's all we do. If I did only those things as a stay-at-home mom, I would be not only extremely neglectful, but my house would be destroyed. Half the time, I'm not even home. I'm grocery shopping, I'm running errands, I have dentist appointments, doctor's appointments. If I have a family event, I'm planning for that, buying things from that, car appointments, paying bills, God, park trips, play dates. If I am home, I'm doing laundry, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm organizing, I'm doing all the things that I need to do to make sure that like my house is functional. I get asked often if I feel like I'm missing out for myself or the sacrifice or a sense of fulfillment, if I feel like I'm losing out on all those things. I've learned so much from being a stay-at-home mom. Things that I would never have learned, I feel like I wouldn't have learned or wouldn't have learned as quickly if I had just gone back to work. Cooking, when I married my husband 9 years ago, I probably could only cook maybe 2 or 3 things. And now I'm cooking all the time. I cook sometimes with vegetables that I've never even heard of. And if the recipe calls for it, I'll go get it and Google how to cut it because I've never used it before. But it's something new and it's for my family and I'm doing it. I learned how to knit and crochet when I was pregnant with my 5th son, a hobby I just took up one day. I know some stay-at-home moms have home businesses which take up, a lot of their time. I hear all the time that we must be bored. Stay-at-home moms, you must be so bored. I wish I was bored. And I understand that though. Repetitiveness can be extremely boring. And I think a lot of my day is very repetitive, getting the kids ready and taking them to school and bringing them home, breakfast, lunch, dinner, all those things. They can be extremely repetitive. But to be honest, when my kids are gone, I'm actually even more bored. When I have nothing to do and my kids are gone, I don't know what to do with myself. I almost start to get irritated because I don't know what to do with myself. To be honest, I find so much pleasure too in just staring at my 5-month-old son. I could literally just watch him for hours, watch him explore and learn and touch and not miss a single thing. I'm seeing every single thing that he's doing, and watching him learn is just, it's not boring. I can tell you 100%, any other parent who's watched their babies, it's exciting. I feel fulfilled watching my children grow. I get asked why I'm tired all the time if I'm home all day. I punched in a time clock like many other women. My time clock I punched in on June 5th, 2009, the day my first son was born. And I haven't even taken my lunch break yet, okay? Like, it's ongoing. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and on holidays, overtime, all the time. There's no break when you're sick. There's no time off. There is no free time. So how could I not be tired? The question should really be, how do you function? Like, not why are you tired? It's all about balance and knowing your limits. And for our family, our whole lives are on a calendar. Everything that we do every single day, the information is on the calendar. And I can tell you 28 out of 31 days, there's something on the calendar. Even if I can't tell my husband about something we're doing, he knows to look at the calendar and there he'll find it. I put my kids to bed between 8 and 9 p.m. and ideally I could go to bed at that time, but for me, that is my downtime. Maybe that contributes to why I'm a little more tired every single day, but if I didn't take that time for myself, I do think it could become detrimental to my health. Like, as any other stay-at-home mom or mom in general would probably agree. Being a stay-at-home mom, it's physically and it's mentally and it's emotionally draining, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or whether you're just a mom and you're working. It is very draining. I get asked if I feel like I sacrificed my life, or are you going to go back to your career? Which makes me laugh, because honestly, I thought being a stay-at-home mom was a career. That's when somebody asks you, or on a piece of paper, occupation. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Like, it's on the drop menu, so I'm clicking it. That is my career. So I'd appreciate if people would stop assuming that being a stay-at-home mom means that you're lazy and you don't have a job. I have a job, and it's a very, very, very important job. I'm sending out the next generation, and I'm sure you'd want me to do my job well and right. I have no problem sacrificing my career to raise my kids. If I'm willing to die for my children, wouldn't it be silly to assume that I feel resentment towards them? To me, children, especially young ones that aren't in school, they're at such a learning curve in their life that who better to teach them all the things they need to know than their parents, than their mom that's there 24/7. For me, the sense of fulfillment is hearing my kids come up to me and say, "Mommy, I love you. Mommy, you're the best mommy ever. Mommy, I wouldn't want any other mommy than you. Mommy, you're the best because your cooking is delicious," or whatever it is. You throw the best birthday parties. All those little comments, that's my sense of fulfillment. So no, to answer that question, I don't feel like I'm missing out on a career, because this is my career, and I don't feel like I'm missing on any sort of sense of fulfillment. I am fulfilled through my children. One that I hate the most, is that people who say stay-at-home moms are frumpy or that we let ourselves go. First of all, that word frumpy is ridiculous. If you use that word, stop. I see so many people in oversized hoodies, yoga pants, bun in their hair with no kids. So why aren't they frumpy? Why am I only frumpy because I have kids? Having children and raising them, it's about priorities. Do you think my priorities are listed with my hair and makeup at the top? I wear loose clothing because it's comfy and I'm doing things all the time. And who am I trying to impress? I don't even have the time. And even if I did, I wouldn't do it. Sorry. My husband gets zero gratification from me doing my hair and makeup. He doesn't even notice. I literally got my eyelashes done, and he has no idea that I have eyelash extension. He would literally think they're my real eyelashes. Like, he loves me for my effort. He loves me for the hard work, for my contribution. He's not going to love me less because my eyebrows aren't colored in, or I didn't tease my hair this day. Those aren't the things that he's most concerned about. I would rather be glorified, to be honest, for my hard work than my hair teasing skills. So in saying all this, let it be known, stay-at-home moms work just as hard as anyone else with a job. Some days are harder, some days are longer, some days are more stressful, some days are more hectic. Don't be deceived, and don't assume that we're unhappy, that we're unfulfilled, that we're lonely, that we're bored, and that we're frumpy. We're not frumpy. We aren't frumpy. We keep the world functioning. We are shaping the next generation of children. And furthermore, stop calling me crazy because I have a large family. I like having lots of children. I'm happy, they're healthy, and honestly, I look forward to a life 40 years from now where they're grown and they're successful and I get to play with all my grandchildren. I'm sharing my life. I'm sharing my success and my happiness with my husband and my children, and by no means do I feel like I've sacrificed anything that I'm missing out on. I'm totally 100% happy with being a stay-at-home mom, and I think everyone just needs to stop assuming that we're unhappy. If we are unhappy anytime, it's just as unhappy as anybody who has a career or gets stressed out with work or anything else. It's just a normal life. Stop assuming that I'm missing out. I'm not missing out on anything. Maybe you are. Maybe you should have lots of babies. Babies on babies on babies on babies on babies.